Hi, my name is Lorraine McKay, and I am the founder and president of the Refresh Institute. The Refresh Institute is a multifaceted empowerment organization, and it is through our efforts of education and community improvement projects where we have the opportunity to fulfill the mission to inspire, empower, and refresh the world one encounter at a time. Through our arts academies, we focus on empowering the creative individual by sharpening their unique skills and their expressions through various art forms, whether it's by painting or drawing, whether it's through vocals, song, or creative writing, production, and so much more. As a faith-based entity, we empower purpose in the lives of those of the Christian faith. We bridge the gap through our interactive courses and activations between your purpose in life and your faith. Through our institute, we house a full scholastic support sector, which bridges the gap between instruction and life by supporting you, the scholar. We support the whole man, both physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and by helping you build community. We do so through our LifeWire, which is our mental wellness sector, through our Refresh Kids mentoring group. We do so through our ACTS sector, which is our activities, clubs, and teams, such as prayer clubs, worship teams, production teams, and also too, our mission group, and so much more. It is our ultimate goal to empower your life, no matter how old or young you are, or no matter where you reside. You can always find refreshing right here at the Refresh Institute. Visit our website for more information at www.refreshglobalnfp.org. Hello, 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 everybody.
Hello.
Super excited that you guys are here with us on this beautiful afternoon. Y'all, we've been hanging out. We've been having a great time on this amazing day. And I'm really super excited because we are continuing our Refresh Institute Rush Week. And y'all, I got my partner here. Roll back. I got my partner here. And I'm really, really grateful to have this conversation with her. Of course, we're talking about the Refresh Institute. If you guys do not know it, our spring semester enrollment is open right now. So you can go and register on our website at refreshglobalnfp.org to register for all of our courses. But you can check out our course catalog to see what we have to offer you and all of the above. And generally, I like to share with y'all that the Refresh Institute is a school of thought, a school of
Great intensity.
It's gonna be a fun one today. She said great intensity. I was gonna ask her the question, but let me go ahead and introduce her, okay, y'all. I got with me my right hand partner, or she on my left side today, but Professor Rogers. Professor
Hello, all.
Professor Rogers is here with me on this afternoon, and we're talking about the course in which she so graciously has taken on for me here at the Refresh Institute, and it's Songwriting 101 and 102, okay? Songwriting 101 and 102. Now, she's not a novice to this songwriting class. She has sat in both seats, one as a student and and now this is her second semester teaching it to other scholars here at the Refresh Institute. And so I'm excited to see its progression along the way since we've launched it. And so like, you haven't only been, Professor Rogers, you have not only been a part of the Refresh Institute songwriting class, but you've been a part of a lot of our foundational courses in worship and all of the above. So when I said that the Refresh Institute is a school of, and you said intensity, explain to our audience why you claim intensity.
I said intensity because when you're like getting ready to embark on this journey, you don't really know what you're signing up for. One would think that if you say let's say songwriting or something, you would think, okay, I'm gonna learn a couple verses, how to write a chorus, Yeah, no, no, no. The course, it definitely dives a lot deeper, but it's great because it really sets you aside from the rest. It's
Yeah.
not just like your basic songwriting, different things that different people teach. Like you definitely get a more in-depth teaching.
Yeah.
And then once the course is over, you're walking away with like you're ready to go really do some things. So that's why even when I was taking the course, was it easy? No, but it definitely stretched me in a different way and caused me to actually think outside the box. And I think just that alone, it set me apart, from the rest, to be honest.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, I mean, we teach things very, very differently. We challenge your thought process. Like the goal of songwriting is to sharpen your pen as a writer. But because we are a faith-based entity, our courses is not just about your skill base. We always incorporate it or connect it with your purpose as it pertains to you and God. And so, coming out the gate, generally with songwriting, we're talking about the grace and the anointings of the scribe. And so, okay, let's switch your put your scholar hat on.
Okay.
Like when you first entered into songwriting 101 and we did it from the perspective of the scribe, like you was walking in the door from the perspective of a scribe.
Yeah.
What did you think? Like, did you think that was gonna be a part of like the class itself?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I didn't know that we were going to dive so deep into it.
Yeah.
And look at the history of why things are the way they are, or
Yeah.
why how it even came about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was going to be that in depth. So it was like, this is something different.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't know that it was going to be that deep. Like, it's deep, but not like over your head deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, you need to know why they write the way they wrote, and
I think out the gate it was like, wait a minute, I am here to learn how to write a
right,
song.
right,
But
right.
like songs take on different natures and stuff like that. So part of us like diving into the scribe was to put a mandate on songwriters, like, as a scribe of the Lord, one who literally is writing what you're feeling or even what God is saying in your writings. It requires you to understand the mandate and the anointing that you have, but the authority that you also
Oh, yeah,
carry
absolutely.
with your pen. And I know that we talk about it from the pen perspective, but then we dive into what's next after we talk about that, like
The declarations.
oh yeah, like the letters and the declarations and the stories,
Yeah.
because a lot of songs take on those models with those intentions, and we're always talking about intentionality with your song, because there's a lot of people that's just writing stuff
Yeah.
just because.
Cat, dog, I grew up with a frog. Like, you would think it's like, oh, they finna teach me how to rhyme bars. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
no, not this class. This
no.
class is going to make you think about the mandate behind your pen. Like, you don't just have you're not just sparked to write a song.
Yeah. You
Just
write with a
because.
purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of times people just like, oh, I wrote songs before, but they don't do nothing with it because they don't see any value
Yeah.
in that creativity. Now, let's talk about you from a songwriter's perspective. Like your history with you writing songs. Were you writing songs as a kid?
I was writing more poems.
Okay.
I am Grammy nominated now, so I've graduated. But speak those things.
Exactly.
But no, as a kid, I wrote more poems. I did write a couple of songs, but it wasn't. I didn't put like a whole lot of thought into it. I was trying to rhyme more and put the words together, as
Gotcha.
opposed to allowing these words to have definition and speak for themselves.
Got you. So what was like when you were saying like you used to write even those poems? Like, did you write to just get things off your chest, or was you writing to just because you was bored, or?
Sometimes both.
Okay.
Sometimes it was an assignment, and then
Yeah.
other times it was like, oh, I feel this, let me write it. You know, I've always felt like God has given me, he would give me like a verse to something, then I wouldn't have anything for a long time.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a couple months or even a couple years later, he'll give me another verse, and it's like, God, can you kind of put it together?
Can you
You know,
bridge
right,
these steps
right.
a little bit more? Yeah, and I think a lot of writers, they wait till they're inspired for it. One of the things that we kind of emphasize in our assignments with the songwriting course is that we kind of push you into being intentional about inquiring with the Lord, like how this is supposed to work or what's the end result. And we give you like the assignments is charged to kind of spark that, because a lot of times people do wait
Yeah,
until
for
they are
sure.
inspired the next moment, and it could be years
Yeah.
at a time pulling that type of thing together. So when you took it from a scholar's perspective, we're gonna go to you as a professor, but when when you begin to, when you as a scholar going through this course and having the demands of the assignments to push you and even to stretch your pen and your creativity, like what was your thoughts in the process? Like, were you nervous? Were you like, I ain't coming for all this? Or was you like, man, this is really interesting?
Not necessarily like I didn't come here for all of this, but I can say that I appreciated how like some of the assignments were themed and
Yes.
others were like, you know, free flow. So it's like I was more used to like a free flow, but without purpose, if that makes sense. But then when I came here, it's like, okay, this assignment has a theme, or this assignment has an assignment,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
write according to that. So it caused me to definitely think differently. Like you can't just, with the free flow, you can't just like put anything, but it has to align with what you're being asked to do.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
so I appreciated that because that's one of the things that definitely stretched me.
Yeah. One of the things I love about this particular course is that it not only it sharpens you, but it stretches you. And I know that over the years that I've taught it, there have been people that's like, I don't write that type of way. Or there's a lot of poets that have come through and have learned to turn their songs into a, like, we even teach you how to be a composer
Yeah, yeah, for
in
sure.
this course, because a lot of people just write, but I'm an advocate for fighting for your creativity,
Yeah.
your authenticity in the song. And so we teach you composition in it and stuff like that. Was composition hard for you,
In school or in this
like in this
class?
class?
A little bit.
Nah.
A little bit. A little
Okay, so
bit.
what about from the teaching perspective?
From the teaching's perspective, well, first I had an outline. Thank God. Thank you, God. But from taking it, you know, I was able to learn from actually being a scholar to then like teaching it. It was like it gave me a I was able to go over it again,
Yeah.
and then like it gave me a better understanding.
I mean, it really does stretch you. Like, we make you put beats to your songs and stuff like that to kind of
We really get
calculate the
technical.
flow. Yeah, we do. It
Yeah.
does. It really does
Yeah.
get technical. We talk about classical music and how music has progressed and things of that nature. And generally in Songwriting 101, which is generally your first semester songwriting class, we talk about all types of stuff. We talk about purpose and intentionality. What are some of your favorites? We talk about the different types, like letters. We define the difference between decree and declarations, because
Yeah.
people use them one and the same, but they do actually two different things, even though they're kind of, the weight of one is a lot bigger than the weight of
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
We talk about letters. What else we talk about?
Hidden messages.
Ooh,
I think that was my favorite.
code songs.
Code songs, yes.
Code
That was my
songs.
favorite.
Like, we stretch you to be intentional about writing code songs. But you know how that started? That started because, you always hear about the underground church. And my heart one day was stretched. If y'all don't know, I build a lot of the curriculum at the Refresh Institute. And my heart was stretched because it was like how we rely so heavily on music
Yeah.
in America to get us over or to help us be encouraged. We turn to music. People just turn to music, period.
Yeah.
Unless your religion tell you you can't.
Right,
But for the
right.
most part, we turn to music for everything. It don't matter if you saved or unsaved. Like, music is that thing. And so I begin to think about, like, what about those in the underground church that have to hide their religion, but they
Yeah.
still need to be empowered, and they're in different countries that won't allow them to listen to Christian music or read the Bible and stuff like that. Like, how are they getting fed? And how are they being nourished? And that was the thought about code songs. Now we know back in slavery time, they did that a
Yeah.
whole lot. And it allowed them to keep the faith during that time. And it was like, let's specifically write a code song now to it. And we don't just talk about Christian music alone in the songwriting class. We also talk about secular music as well. So, like, what were some of the examples you used for your code song example?
For a cold song, I use R. Kelly. What song was it?
Oh, that's the cuss word
What
right now.
song was that? What song? It was a couple of his songs that I used. What else? I think I used Aaliyah. My milkshake brings all the boys to I used that one.
Oh, God.
I had to bring it back.
She went way too far.
I mean, because we were talking about it, and it's like, these are songs we used to sing and had no idea. We just walking around just singing, and it's like our parents, I don't know if they were just oblivious or if they just, and it's like, I really sang this in front of my parents. Like, so I don't know. It was, yeah.
Yeah, or those songs. We were watching a documentary about gospel music, and there was a lot of slave songs to tell people, hey, we're going to go meet, or we're going to gather to worship, or gather to pray. And they would just sing those songs, and the community automatically knew, hey, we're going somewhere. Even with Suriname, Suriname had a different type of language that was just for their kind of people.
Yeah.
And then they had a language that they spoke to that was for their nation. And that really blessed me to a degree, because it was like there are hidden systems that still sustain and keep people, even though they may not be in the surface. And I was thinking, like, as writers that are ordained of God, what if we empower writers to be able to do so in that capacity, so that no one is out of touch
Right.
with the music and stuff like that. So yeah, cold songs is a real
Yeah.
real big one and a real dope one. But then we talk about the structure of the songs. We get into that, but that's all in pretty much semester 101.
Yep.
Is there something else in semester 101?
Well, I guess the verse and chorus would be the structure. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
101.
And then when you get into 102, like your second semester, and this is for those of you that are part of the Refresh Institute, and maybe you've taken Songwriting 101 and you're thinking about taking Songwriting 102. 102 really taps into the different types of stuff. Now, you went through that class. In 102, we started building hymns.
Yeah.
The hardest one, though, was, what was the hardest one? Was it the patriotic songs?
Yes. That is the one that got me. But you know what? That's actually one of my favorite songs that I wrote.
Really?
It was the hardest, but now it's my favorite.
Yeah, so we like really, when I tell you we really stretch your pen, we stretch your pen and stretch you to be able to even allow your songs to take very much governmental perspective in that, which is where the patriotic songs come from, or the hymns, and things of that nature. So we really stretch you. We talk about the progressions of music. We talk about the history of it, and really stretch you to write a present day model of that same type of structured songs. And we use the scripture where it says, edify and strengthen the people with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. And so we encourage you to stretch your pen in that matter. And then we also teach you about the legal side of music. Like, we don't want you to just create all of this stuff and then it's not protected.
We really set you up to succeed.
Okay. Okay. And there's a lot of songwriters out here whose music gets stolen, ideas get trapped. And, in this day and age, it's now intellectual property. And so we show you how to protect your own music, how to have your own agreement set up. So, like, in the event that you want to, shop your music around. And there is technically a mock assignment that shows you how to shop your music around to it, and just be able to do your agreements and stuff like that. So we really walk you through that.
Copyright it.
Yep, I was gonna say how to copyright your songs and all of the above. So you get all of that in this songwriting class. Unfortunately, I can't say that for a lot of other songwriting classes. Like,
You get the basics.
yeah, you're gonna get the structure part. You don't get the history, the mandate. You don't get the stretching of your pen and stuff like that. Like, we really put value behind the voice of your pen, and we've been blessed to be able to talk with a lot of different creatives and stuff like that concerning this. So, as an instructor, what would you say to someone who's contemplating, taking a class, who's had trouble with their pen, and they just really need an extra humph? What would you say to encourage them?
I would say that TRI songwriting course is the course for you, because it'll actually, I've learned, me personally, that I watch a lot of like YouTube videos, podcasts, different things like that. However, I realized that YouTube and podcasts alone can only get me so far. If I'm really wanting to go to that next level, I'm willing to invest in myself and get a mentor.
Yeah.
So us here at TRI, we can be that mentor to help take you to the next level, and we can cut out some of that, cut off some of the time, and really catapult you to the next level quicker. You don't have to bump your head like some of us did.
Yeah.
We really help you to get to that next level without being stressed out so much. I mean, you might be a little stressed in class, but we'll also help push you along and get you, further away from that too. So this is definitely the course for you if you're wanting to take songwriting to the next level.
Yeah, and one of the things too is that in some of the areas you can bring your previously thought of song ideas and let it be cultivated. I think last semester you really had someone that didn't sing. It was really a poet,
Right.
almost in it. And so even those of you that are engaging in creative writing, from a poetry standpoint, she was able to do poetry still with this class as well. So it's very versatile in that capacity. Now, if you want to be an author and all of that stuff, then we can extend this class for you. But
Even if you rap.
oh yeah, for sure if you rap.
Yeah.
For sure if you rap. Because we deal with fluency amongst the songs. It gotta flow.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't be like a broken record, like what'd you say? A cat and my dog.
I went to school with a frog, then I jumped on the log, hot dog.
Like, if it's not fluid, because see, people think, well, if it rhyme, then it's gonna fluid in rhythm and all that stuff, and it's like
it has to fit. It's like a puzzle. It has to fit.
exactly. Like, even one of the stretching was like, if your word was too big and it didn't fit in the timing, which was important from a composer standpoint. If it didn't fit in that timing, then you had to find
Another word.
Another
Synonym.
word. Yes, thank you for calling it a syllable. But a synonym. You have to find a synonym that will cause your song or your word to fit within your timing. Like, we really help you to be the best songwriter that you are. And
And that's twofold, because then that also helps you stretch your vocabulary.
oh yeah.
Finding different words that, helps you stretch your vocabulary. So it's a win-win.
Hands down.
Win-win.
So we want to encourage you to take full advantage of this songwriting course that's happening right in the Refresh Institute. I'm telling you, it's different.
And I'm a fun teacher. I think.
And, she was using songs like Alicia and
Right.
Milkshake and stuff. So, what teacher does in the class, we try to keep them and,
We stay saved a little bit. No, we saved. We saved.
But I would encourage you, if you are a creative and you know that you have a pen that is strong and you want God to expand that to give you a greater mandate and for you to just understand the value of your pen, I encourage you to register for this songwriting course, Songwriting 101 and 102. Of course, you got to take 101 in order to take 102. But 102 is where we teach you about the legal aspects of it, and we stretch your pen even the more beyond what your style of writing is, so that you can just be well rounded as a whole.
And you'll have a good portfolio.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
you do walk away with a hefty portfolio of songs that are ready to shop.
Yeah.
Ready to shop. That's one of the things that are pretty much guaranteed. When you did, you just released a song.
Just Us?
Yes, Just Us. Was Just Us written in Songwriting 101 or after it?
It was written before,
Okay.
but the complete structure and everything, I finished it in the class.
Got you. Okay. So, Professor Alicia Jatan
That's me.
released, she just released a song about a year ago. Was it a year ago?
Last year.
Okay.
Last year.
So last year she released a song called Just Us. And the song, she started it before the songwriting class, but brought it to the songwriting class and finished it. And it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. If I could pull it up, I would. Is it on YouTube?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. We're gonna close out this live today so that y'all can hear her song and what she did. But I just want to encourage you guys to go check out Songwriting 101 and 102 in our on our website at refreshglobalnfp.org. As an instructor, is there anything that you would like to share to your potential scholars moving forward while I get your song ready?
Don't overthink it. You're not in this alone. You'll have help every step of the way. So if you feel an unction, or if you feel like this is something that I want to do, come on and join us. You're just one decision away from a better life.
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, if you're hesitant, like I'm telling you, you learn so much. Like you'll definitely walk away like with some next level stuff, really. Like we teach you how to like some of the things that we were going over, structure, all of that. And not even that, but even if you're ready to just kind of send it to a producer or something, like you'll have the beat in place or the music in place, you know what I mean, so that they can actually put it together more easily.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say, come on, give it a try. It can't hurt.
Give it
Don't be scared.
Don't
be
scared. I hope we ain't having no issues. I hope we ain't having no issue on the other side. So don't be scared, y'all. So we're really, really grateful. Oh, man. We're really, really excited. Thank you so much for joining me on. Hold on. It's loading. Hold, please. Okay, there we go. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon for this awesome conversation about Songwriting 101 and 102. We have way more courses that you can get involved in as well, but songwriting is dope. It's fun. Like, it's not intended to frustrate you. It's going to stretch you, though. It's going to stretch your pen. We want to hear your voice strong and loud in spaces and places so that you can be impactful in the things that God is calling you to do. So go and check it out. Registration ends January 20th. So you want to visit our website, refreshglobalnfp.org, to figure out all of the phenomenal, beautiful things that you can do. I am going to play Just Us, but before we do that, I want you guys to hear from some of our staff members here at the Refresh Institute so that you'll know who you'll be working with while you're getting enrolled this semester. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Hello, I'm Therese Robs, your Refresh Institute Scholar Admissions Advocate, and I will be helping you get familiar with all of the programs that you might be interested in, any questions that you might have, and getting you started in the registration and enrollment process. I can't wait to work with you.
Greetings, scholars. My name is Brandy Hicks, and I am your registrar here at TRI. I am here to help you with your needs concerning eligibility for commencement, for your transcripts, and having overall access to your class. I look forward to serving you this school year.
Hi, my name is Valencia Baker, and I am honored to serve as the billing advocate for the Refresh Institute. I look forward to servicing all of your financial needs for the spring 2023 semester. Not only do I serve as the billing advocate, but I also am honored to be a student as well, where we empower your mind, we empower your purpose, but most importantly, we empower you.
We spent the whole time laughing and singing, telling our story of love. Memories of past times, a journey through life, visions of where we could go. It's just all about us now. Oh, we're living happily ever after. It's just all about us now. Oh, we're living happily ever after. No more dreaming your own mind. Let's spend the rest of our days lost in time. My heart's pounding, thinking of you. At last, my only wish has come true. Living in a daydream, oh, I'm speechless. I love it here, I love it here. Whoa. Pitch me, I'm dreaming, Cupid's here. Pitch me, I'm dreaming, Cupid's here. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, it's me and you. I love you, I love you, no one else will do. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, it's me and you. I love you, I love you, no one else will do. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, it's me and you. I love you, I love you, no one else will do. I love you, I love you, I love you. It's just all about us now. Oh, we're living happily ever after. It's just all about us now. Oh, we're living